Original Lillie, New Year Lillie, Anniversary Lillie, and now we got Cosplay Lillie. DNA just really loves Lillie, huh? In this video, we are going to discuss if she is any good, or is she just another Lillie alt? And, either should you scout for her, or would you rather be better off saving your gems for BURGH instead, or any other sync pair that comes after him? So with that said, strap on your seatbelts, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, and join the members if you wish to support me as we quickly discuss her in this video. Let's do this! Yo, yo, yo! This is Solo, also known as SPLGum, also known SpatialGum, also known as Grunt, yeah, this team's called Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX. Guys, in this video, we are going to talk about, Cosplay Lillie and Polteageist, the very first one out of the 4 cosplay units that are coming out in this update. So, if you are interested in learning about, the other units that are coming, you can check out my April Sync Pairs Who to Scout For video, where I discuss each one in quite a short explanation of what each one does. But in this video specifically, we are going to just talk about Cosplay Lillie and compare her with some other sync pairs that can do roughly what she can do. So, that said, this is again the timeline of release dates of these sync pairs, with Cosplay Lillie coming out first, which is tomorrow if you're watching this premiere. March 31 ends on May 3. Each one of these sync pairs ends on May 3. I will not be surprised if another sync pair comes out like April 28th or something like that and ends on... I will not be surprised if that happens. But this is the only support sync pair out of the bunch. Cosplay Lillie is a support. Cosplay Sonia and Cosplay Emmet are strikers. Cosplay Ingo is a tech sync pair. Meanwhile, the rerun banner that we have starting on April 4 to April 17 features Spring May as a striker, normal type that becomes a fighting type striker, as well as Spring BURGH, who is a very good support sync player. They're in a combined banner, and all of these are, share seasonal rates. Combined banner seasonal rates, that means 7% chance of a random 5-star, 1.5% chance, and 1.5% chance of the spring units. Meanwhile, the others over there, 7% chance of a random 5-star, 2% chance of getting each one, and if you want, there's a tiered scout route, which will save you instead of using 36,600 non-paid gems. You can use 20,200 paid gems instead to get at least one copy of any unit of your choice, depending on which banner you scout on. So, yeah, keep that in mind. And with that said, let's go talk about Cosplay Lillie right now. So if you see this Mindscape image, congratulate yourselves! Congratulations! You have obtained Cosplay Lillie and Polteageist, and in my opinion, she is like the best out of the 4, the new ones. And I'm gonna discuss that quickly right now. With her moves, she only gets one attack move, which is Astonish. Astonish is a 1 move gauge attack, very simple, very quick. There's a 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. Only hits one target, so you can spam Astonish, 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 Astonish. It's a physical attack move, and with a 278 attack stat, it's not that bad. But Astonish is not exactly a strong move, but then you're flinching the opponent, or you have a chance of flinching the opponent as you do so. She also has Potion, and you know, Potion users, you know, save these sync pairs, save other sync pairs from fainting. Or if you're low on HP, just use a Potion on yourself, recover some HP. She has X Special Defense All, which you can use 2 times to increase everyone's special defense plus 4. And you have a trainer move called It's Tea Time. Now this thing is very interesting. It activates one of several additional effects at random. We will discuss that very quickly later, but it also raises everyone's special attack plus 2, as well as gives everyone gradual healing. So you can, by using Its Tea Time 2 times, you can increase everyone's special attack to plus 4 and give yourself regen effect twice for everyone. And then, as you might know, support sync pairs, they don't normally have multipliers, so this is a similar generic sync move because special outfit slash seasonal slash whatsoever, you know, no effort from the developers whatsoever. We gotta fix that. We gotta fix that. Some people, you guys leave feedback for DNA and tell them that we're going to stop summoning on special units, limited units, if they do not fix that. I don't know. And her passive skills are interesting. Every single time you use Astonish, you get to raise everyone's critical hit rate plus 1. So to raise everyone's critical hit rate to maximum, you just have to use Astonish 3 times, which is not that difficult. And you don't even have to land the Astonish on the opponent. It can't miss. Just every time you use Astonish, you can raise everyone's critical hit rate to plus 1. You have Team Fist Bump 1, which every time you use Astonish, you have a 20% chance of restoring everyone's HP. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the recovery is like 10%, or was it? I think it's 10%. If not 10%, it's 5%. Or somewhere in the middle. But you have a 20% chance of recovering everyone's HP by using Astonish. And then the best part about her is that every time she gets hit by an opponent's attack, normal attack, not a sync move, just normal physical attack or special attack, you get to restore HP for every one of your sync pairs. Every single time. And let's not forget that she gives everyone a regen effect. So I imagine that, you know, just look at her defense stat and special defense stat. You're talking about 268 and 312. If you decide to make her 6-star EX, or at least give her 25-star power-ups, defense goes up to 308, and special defense goes up to 352. That's no joking manner, especially after you increase your special defense stat or use another sync pair to raise your defense stats, because she's a special defender. She cannot raise defense stat. So if you're able to have another sync pair raise your defense and you raise your own special defense, you become very tanky. And then, you know, you use Its Tea Time, you get a regen effect. You get hit by an opponent. For example, you take in, let's just assume 100, or rather, 50, 70 something damage or something. You get hit. You recover the HP back because of Team Triage Tank 9. You attack the opponent using Astonish. Because of regen effect, you get to recover a little bit of HP. And then suddenly, if you're lucky, Team Fist Bump activates and you recover HP even more. So, Lillie is what I would call a very, very tanky sync pair. In fact, one question that I have is that, can she actually defeat or overthrow Cygnus with Blue in terms of the ultimate tanker? We will discuss that in a bit, but in terms of tanking, she's not bad. We have Cosplay Jasmine, who has a little bit higher special defense, lower defense stat. She has Team Triage Tank, but not Team Triage Tank 9. So, you get hit, you have a chance of recovering HP, but you cannot have a 100% chance of recovering everyone's HP. Now, I think the worst part about her is just her mediocre HP stat. It's 558, it's pretty low, but then you can mitigate this by, you know, giving, you just make her 6-star EX, or at least 25-star power-ups to increase her HP by 100. And then her speed stat will go above 300 and something, and yeah, you will be able to somehow deal with the HP problem. And then, you know, when you're low on HP, just use a potion, save yourself, and that's that. And then, one of the things that are missing in her grid as well is Vigilance. So, as a support sync pair, give her Vigilance, prevent yourself from getting hit by critical hits. I think that's the only way to go about this. Just go Vigilance. And I think there's an update in Pokemon Masters that, you know, you'll be able to see what lucky skills you'll be able to give your sync pairs using whatever cookies. But for your info, it's Creamy Lucky Cookie. It's the blue one. It's the blue one, right? It's the blue one. Creamy Lucky Cookie to give Vigilance. Alright, so let's talk about her, yeah, these are her passive skills as usual, as I said earlier. Focus Group 9 again. Whenever you hit the opponent using Astonish, you get to increase everyone's critical hit rate. Team Fist Bump, 20% chance of recovering everyone's HP when you use Astonish. And every time you get hit by the opponent, Team Triage Tank 9, again, recovers everyone's HP. Now, time for Tea Time! So as we can see over here, it activates one of several additional effects at random. And you might be wondering, what are these effects? What the heck are they? Well, I made this chart for you guys so that you'll be able to understand what this is. So, as you can see over here, majority of this pie chart is for 3 different additional effects that have a 33.33333 something chance of activating. There's a 33.3% chance of giving yourself a status condition defense. This is to prevent yourself from getting hit by, you know, poison, from getting burned, from getting asleep. You know, this is a lola lang sign of New Year Lily, something like that. You have another 33% chance of giving yourself a special damage reduction. This is basically oh my goodness, what is this called? Anyway, it's the special damage reduction, so that when you get hit by a special attack, the damage will be halved. And then another 33% chance of giving yourself a physical damage reduction, so that when you get hit by physical attacks, the damage will be halved as well. So, one good sync pair that can bring in both special and physical damage reduction is actually Fall Caitlyn. The moment you use a sync move on her for the very first time, you got Opening Blockade, which will trigger both physical and special damage reduction. Now for this one, it will only choose one of the 3. You do not get all at the same time. You only get like either status condition defense, or special damage reduction, or physical damage reduction, or a 19% chance of giving yourself move gauge acceleration. This is similar to Signasuit Blues to the top, where your move gauge just increases faster. And then another 19% chance of critical hit defense. This is Jasmine's, the original Jasmine's Clang, where you get, you know, you will not be hit by critical hits like group vigilance while this is active. and a tiny 5% chance of triggering Ghost Zone. Ghost Zone, as you might know, belongs to, if I'm not mistaken, Renegade Cynthia brings in Ghost Zone, and Ghost Zone powers up Ghost type attacks, Ghost type sync moves. There's a 5% chance of triggering a Ghost Zone by using its T time. Now again, you have a 57% chance of triggering either of the three, or a 19% chance of move gauge acceleration, or 19% chance of critical hit defense, or 5% chance of Ghost Zone. This is not 57% this plus 19% this plus, no, it's not, okay? It's either of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only one effect will trigger, but then you can use its T time twice. So you have a second chance, if you do not get an MP refresh, of triggering either of these effects at random when you use its T time. So keep that in mind. And then yeah, Ghost Zone. Ghost Zone is a bonus, guys. You can live without Ghost Zone, okay? You can live without that. If you're worried, oh, it's a tiny 5% chance. Well, just think about BURGH was a 0. I don't know what chance of triggering Fisher, and hasn't happened to me yet, and I still survive and stuff. Yeah, you can live without Ghost Zone, guys. That's it. Let's move on. This is the sync grid of Cosplay Lillie. At 1 out of 5, you get Life and Post Haste 4. Post Haste 4 is a very good one. Whenever you get hit, you have a 50% chance of increasing your own speed stat. Now, this is not to worry that Lillie's speed is low. I mean, her speed is not bad for a 1 move gauge attacker. It's 285. But whenever Post Haste 4 triggers, you have a 50% chance of raising your speed stat. Not just +1, but +2 for only Lillie, okay? And remember, whenever you get hit, you recover everyone's HP. So this is a bonus. And the good thing is, it's available with just 1 copy of Cosplay Lillie. So that's good. 2 out of 5, you get Interference Immunity. Prevents you from flinching, getting confused, or getting trapped. And this is not just one time, but in the entire battle. 2 out of 5, you get the MP refresh for its T time, so that if you want to trigger another one of these, go ahead. There's another chance of getting those. 2 out of 5, you also get Potion MP Refresh 2, as well as Potion Master Healer 1 if you want to recover HP. You also get Stalwart, Special Defense cannot be lowered. Static Cling is also a good one. Whenever you get hit, whoever attacked you has a 30% chance of getting paralyzed. Not important, but it's a bonus if you want to get this, if you have her a 2 out of 5. And at 2 out of 5 as well, you get an X Special Defense All MP Refresh 3, where if this triggers, you can maximize everyone's special defense to maximum. And now at 3 out of 5, I think this is a good one, Astonish Aggravation 1. Originally, Astonish has a 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. With Aggravation 1, you double the chances. So every single time you use Astonish, you have a 60% chance of making the opponent flinch. And every single time you attack the opponent again, you have a 20% chance of recovering everyone's HP. So flinching everyone, then attacking using Astonish just increases your chance of recovering more HP and more HP and more HP. And plus, this is just a 1 move gauge attack. I've tried this using Palatine's Bay, and Palatine's Bay's chances of flinching the opponent is very high, guys. Then it's T time, all ramped up 1. If you use this, you can increase everyone's special attack by an additional 1. So its T time normally raises your special attack +2 for everyone. And with all ramp up 1, instead of +2, you raise it +3. So with 2 uses of its T time, you can maximize everyone's special attack stat. And then there's the It's Tea Time Critical Squad 1, which I think is absolutely worthless. I would not suggest you to get this because unless you're desperate to maximize your critical hit rate as quickly as possible, because just using 3 Astonish will already maximize your critical hit rate. So by getting this Critical Squad 1, you're just wasting your sync grid tiles. You can get better grid tiles, and just getting this is just a complete waste of sync grid, so I would not advise you to get this. It's Tea Time Propulsion 4 has a 50% chance of reducing your sync move countdown when you use It's Tea Time. Personally, it's good. It's RNG based, but I would probably get Potion MP Refresh or Potion Master Healer rather than this to make the game, to make my life, to make my sync pair survive even longer. As you can see, you can get another Potion Master Healer and Potion MP Refresh at 3 out of 5. And then there's Revenge Boost 9. Whenever you get hit, you recover 1 move gauge. Very good, very nice. A little bit too far from the potion tiles, which I'll show you guys in a bit. So this makes it pretty hard to obtain. But if you want this is good because, you know, Lillie wants to get hit. And every single time you get hit with Revenge Boost 9, you get to restore 1 move gauge. And then there's X Special Defense All Barricade Buddies 1, which, if you get this increases your special defense by an additional 1. So instead of increasing your special defense plus 2 only, you get to increase your special defense plus 3. Now it's not visible here, but you get an additional 2 sync nuke tiles, although her sync move uses her special attack stat, which is 158. Astonish uses her attack stat. So I do not exactly, there's no benefit from using her sync move except for the very first double sync buff if you decide to make her 6-star EX. I mean, it would be awesome. It would be so good if she got synchro healing on her grid. This is one of the things that will probably make her even more OP than what she is right now. Synchro healing, whenever you use a sync move, you get to recover everyone's HP. She does not have this. Also, she's missing Safety Net, which is also a very OP support passive skill. But then she got Team Fist Bump and Team Triage Tank, and those alone make her extremely good. And then the chances of making the opponent flinch is also making her, you know, great. So with that said, you know, you cannot get everything. So let's talk about the sync grid right now. This is Game Press, by the way. And I forgot to say thank you absolutely for the data mine and stuff. Because, you know, data miners work hard. And I work hard as well. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up as well as subscribe for more of these content. I'll be making individual analysis for each one. So stay tuned for that. So, at 1 out of 5, you can get everything. No need to worry about your energy. As I said, Post Haste 4 is a very good one at 1 out of 5. Every single time you get hit, there's a 50% chance of increasing your own speed stat plus 2. Which means, just by getting hit 3 times, you have a chance of maximizing your speed stat. Which is awesome. Very good. At 2 out of 5, this is what I thought of. I gave Post Haste 2 as well with Potion MP Refresh as well as Potion Master Healer. I gave Static Cling so that there's a 30% chance of paralyzing the opponent when I get hit. When I get hit, 50% chance of raising my speed stat plus 2 with Post Haste 4, 30% chance of paralyzing the opponent when I get hit. Plus, I got It's Tea Time MP Refresh 2, so that there's a 30% chance of bringing myself a random field condition. Plus, I can maximize my special attack stat as I do so. And then I got Astonish Move Gauge Refresh 3. It's just an optional thing. You can probably swap that with anything else. Again, sync grids, there's no right or wrong here if you want to go this way or that way. Experimentation is key here. Work on your own, but this is what I would choose for myself. Not 3 out of 5. This is what I would choose for myself. I would go for Astonish Aggravation 1 because that would make my Astonish, that would make Cosplay Lillie a flinch chainer. And then every single time I flinch the opponent, I have a 20% chance of recovering everyone's HP. And then, oh, never mind, guys. Sorry, Revenge Boost 9 is actually right there beside the potion things. I thought it was somewhere far away. I made a mistake. It's another sync pair. Sorry. But yeah, I would go for an Astonish grid or Astonish build for this one. I would ignore one of the potion MP refreshes there to the left side of the grid because I do not have enough energy for this. Go for an Astonish Move Gauge Refresh 3 as well as Post Haste 4 and the Potion MP Refresh and 2 Potion Master Healers. And I think Lillie will be an amazingly tanky sync here. As for X Special Defense all, yes, your special defense will be only a +4, but I don't mind. You can have another sync pair to deal with the remaining stats, something like that. I think, at least in my opinion. Plus, again, I did say something about the critical squad, the one at the top right of the screen. I highly suggest you do not choose that because it's such a waste, in my opinion. So that's my 1, 2, and 3 out of 5 grids for Cosplay Lillie. And now, let's move on to the more in-depth analysis. So if you've reached this part of the video, congratulate yourselves with a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comments right now. If you're convinced, at least with what we just discussed, that you might kind of want to scout for Lillie right now, or do you still prefer BURGH, or are you going to scout them, or are you gonna skip them completely? Because, you know, a lot of you are scouting for BURGH. In fact, I actually recommended each one to scout for BURGH, not knowing that we will get a pretty OP support this month. So, yeah, let's go in depth right now. Let's talk about the 4 new cosplay units again, with Cosplay Lillie having the lowest HP, Cosplay Sonia having the highest HP, Cosplay Ingo having the highest speed, Emmet having the lowest speed, and Cosplay Lillie having the highest defense and special defense, Ingo having the highest special attack, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, we did compare the multipliers for each one, with Cosplay Lillie not having anything because support sync pair, as well as the others having quite a lot more. And again, we're gonna discuss each one and compare them with other sync pairs in their field later on in their individual analysis videos. So now, let's talk about Cosplay Lillie. Now, Cosplay Lillie, I decided to compare her with some OP supports and one free-to-play support that I think is good. So this was my mindset when I was choosing Cosplay Lillie. Cosplay Lillie is a special defender. Best special defender out there, you know, at least somewhere in her field. I was deciding between Elio and Cosplay Jasmine, and eventually I ended with Cosplay Jasmine because of Team Triage Tank. She can work as a tanker and then recover everyone's HP sometimes when she gets hit. And then, you know, a lot of people choosing her and BURGH. So BURGH was another one of my options. And then, you know, Cygnus with Blue, probably the most overused support unit in the game, plus another one That's probably the closest to her as a ghost type support in the form of BP Morty. So, here in this slide, I made a mistake with the attack stat. The attack stat, the blue one should be Springberg. By the way, blue is supposed to be the lowest and red is supposed to be the highest. The attack stat, Springberg, is lower than Cosplay Lillie, so just ignore that right now. I do not have time to change that. Cosplay Lillie has the lowest HP stat, with Springberg having the highest HP. As for defense, Signasuit Blue with Mega Blastoise has the highest defense as well as the highest special defense. Springberg having the lowest special defense. Cosplay Jasmine a little bit higher in special defense compared to Cosplay Lillie. But then, Cosplay Jasmine's defense stat, why is it shaded gray? It's supposed to be blue. Anyway, it's far too late to change that. Or, I'm a perfectionist, so let me fix this. Sorry for the distraction. I could not endure, I could not stand too many errors in my slides. Okay, so as you can see over here, funny thing is Cosplay Lillie actually has the highest speed stat among the list. Yeah, I did not expect her to have the highest speed stat out of the list, but yeah, she has the lowest special attack but the highest speed and the lowest HP. But then her defense and special defense are not bad, actually. Not bad at all. But you know, stats are not complete. I mean, they're a lot. They are a lot in terms of showing off a support's capabilities. But more importantly, are not the multipliers. Multipliers are just a bonus for support sync pairs. As you can see over here, Cosplay Lillie, Cosplay Jasmine, BB Morty does not have any sync move or attack move multipliers. Springberg has Critical Strike 1, which applies both for attack and sync move, as well as Super Duper Effective 2 and 3 at 3 out of 5 for the attack moves. Signasuit Blue has a built-in sync nuke multiplier or something. Higher the defense is, the stronger the sync move is, as well as Raging Rain 3 at 3 out of 5. And at 2 out of 5, you get Smart Cookie. But then, you know, it's very unfair to compare supports like this. So, a better way to compare supports is what they are capable of doing for the entire team. And this is what we come up with. The stat buffs. So as you can see over here, Cosplay Lillie. Trainer move can raise everyone's special attack stat +2. And you can use this twice. Again, I did not include regen effects here, but you can actually give everyone a regen effect by using her trainer move as well as giving yourself a random field effect by using her trainer move. Again, we have discussed this already earlier, either a status condition defense, physical moves defense, or physical attack defense, or whatever you want to call that. Special moves defense, move gauge acceleration, critical hit defense, ghost zone. So those are some of the things that you can bring in by using her trainer move. You get an MP refresh 2 with her trainer move at 2 out of 5. You get trainer move all ramped up 1, which can raise your attack stat +1 additional 1 when you use her trainer move It's Tea Time at 3 out of 5. You get Critical Squad 1 on her trainer move at 3 out of 5 as well, which again, I said that this is worthless. Skip this. You have X Special Defense All. You can use this twice. An MP Refresh 3 at for X Special Defense All at 2 out of 5. And X Special Defense All Barricade Buddies 1. There's not supposed to be a period after defense, but anyway. Barricade Buddies 1, just, you know, additional +1 defense stat at 3 out of 5 as well. Focus Group 9, every single time you attack the opponent using Astonish, you raise everyone's critical hit rate +1. Now, I'd probably remove Post Haste 4. It does not exactly benefit the entire team. I want to put things that benefit the entire team. So remove Post Haste 4 here. And then there's Team Fist Bump 1, 20% chance of recovering everyone's HP when you use Astonish. And Team Triage Tank 9, whenever you get hit, you recover everyone's HP. Alright guys, I fixed it again. So again, all these stats are for every single opponent or for every single one of our teammates. So if there's any buff that only benefits your own, I did not include that here. Cosplay Jasmine, her trainer move raises everyone's special defense +3 as well as raises everyone's critical hit rate +1. And with her passive skill Team Sharp Entry 1, you get to maximize everyone's critical hit rate immediately at this, by using 2 of her trainer moves. Group Morale Boost 9, every single time you use a trainer move as well, you get to raise everyone's special attack stat +1. And then Safety Net, whenever you use your sync move, or rather, when you use your sync move for the very first time, you give yourself or everyone an Endure effect. And then you got a trainer move MP refresh at 1 out of 5. At 3 out of 5, you get an all ramped up 1, which raises everyone's special attack stat +1 whenever you use your trainer move. And then there's Team Triage Tank 2 at 3 out of 5. So you have a 30% chance of recovering everyone's HP when you get hit. Cosplay Jasmine, a little bit tankier than Lillie or Cosplay Lillie. But then, a little bit tankier in terms of special defense than Cosplay Lillie, because Cosplay Lillie is tankier in terms of physical defense. But then, the way you recover HP, there's only 30% chance with Cosplay Jasmine, but you have a 100% chance with Cosplay Lillie. Mortimer Magius is our BP sync pair. It's a very, very good BP sync pair actually. Also has Astonish, and also has Astonish Aggravation 1, which gives you a higher chance, 60% chance of making the opponent flinch. Now he has Synchro Healing at 3 out of 5. So when you use a sync move, you get to recover everyone 20% HP. His trainer move is one of the best in terms of defense. You get to raise everyone's defense +2 as well as special defense +2, plus I think he has a potion. And Confuse Ray, if I'm not mistaken. So with just 1 MP refresh on her trainer move, you get to maximize everyone's defense and special defense stat. So that plus Synchro Healing is good. But then you do not get to raise everyone's critical hit rate as well as any other stat. He's just defensive sync pair that can recover HP. Springberg is proven to be one of my, if not, I think, not one of my, but my ultimate favorite support as of the current moment. His trainer move Happy Colors raises everyone's accuracy. Everyone's defense gets raised by a random number between 1 to 3. So for one sync pair it can be +1, for another sync pair it could be +2, for another sync pair it could be +3. But I think defense and special defense gets raised by the same amount. But if you're lucky, 2 uses of the trainer move can maximize a sync pair's defenses by +6. And the trainer move MP refresh, Happy Colors MP refresh, is available at 2 out of 5. And normally with just 1 MP refresh, unless you're extremely unlucky, you can maximize everyone's defenses with just 1 MP refresh. Team Fierce Entry 1 raises everyone's attack stat +1 at the start of the battle. Team Grand Entry 1, if you decide to give this, raises everyone's special attack stat +1 at the start of the battle. And then if you're able to land a metronome attack that the opponent is weak to, it has to hit, by the way, you get to recover everyone's HP by around 20%. Everyone. Team Supercharger 5, every single time you attack an opponent, you have a 60% chance of raising attack stat or special attack stat or both for every single one of your sync pairs. So Springberg can raise a lot of stats, plus I forgot to put Dire Hit All Plus which let me do that right now. So you can actually maximize your own critical hit, or everyone's critical hit rate as well by using BURGH Star Hit All Plus. You do not even need an MP refresh here. So you can raise quite a lot of stats. You can raise critical hit rate, you can raise accuracy, you can raise defense, special defense, you can raise attack, you can raise special attack stat, you can raise so much stats with BURGH, and you can only raise everyone's special attack, special defense, critical hit with Cosplay Lillie. But then, in terms of tankiness, you want Cosplay Lillie in terms of raising everyone's stats. You might want BURGH. And then, you know, Signasuit Blue, which let me remove myself from your view so that you can see this easier. So, Signasuit Blue to the top gives you a move gauge acceleration as well as raises your critical hit rate +1. You get an MP refresh at 2 out of 5. You get a team, or rather a pep rally 1 at 1 out of 5. Which every single time you use to the top, you get to raise everyone's speed stat as well +1. And then there's an X defense all, which you can use twice to raise everyone's defenses. And to max when you get an MP refresh 3, which is also available at 1 out of 5. Now every single time you attack an opponent, you have a 50% chance of raising everyone's special defense stat +1 with Force Field 4. And then Safety Net, when you use a sync move for the first time, you get to give everyone Endure status, which something Cosplay Lillie misses. And then you got Team Fist Bump 2, higher than Cosplay Lillie's Team Fist Bump 1. So when you attack an opponent, you have a 30% chance of recovering everyone's HP. And when you get hit by an opponent, you have a 30% chance of restoring everyone's HP. And then Team Shout 9, whenever you get hit, you get to raise everyone's attack stat or special attack stat or both. So this is similar to Team Supercharger 5 except that you have to get hit. And Team Supercharger is when you attack an opponent. But then Team Supercharger 5 is only 60%. Team Shout 9 is all the time. Just like Team Triage Tank 9. Every single time you get hit, you get to recover HP. Now, as far as I analyze this, I would rather get the HP recovery every single time. And then probably I have another defender / potion giver together with Cosplay Lillie. So that, you know, when Cosplay Lillie just goes low on HP, I just give her a potion if my own potion, you know, just runs out or something. But I think Cosplay Lillie is going to excel as a very good tanker. Again, it's just theory right now. It's just until I get her tomorrow, or until you guys get her tomorrow, or some other day. Everything we discuss here is just theory. But as far as I know, and as far as I can see, Cosplay Lillie looks like she's gonna be building into one very good sync pair. Probably, no, not just probably, but she's gonna excel in Battle Villa if you have her in your team. Which, I'm planning to put her in my Battle Villa team. And for those who wanna play Battle Villa, I urge you to try out different teams and not just use your Signasuit Kanto trio. Or not just use, you know, Sycamore or the usual sync pairs that you use. Try some other combinations, you know. Learn something new from the game. And yeah, have some fun. But again, I recommend you to scout for Cosplay Lillie and BURGH. And, you know, it's your gems, it's your game, it's your everything. Feel free to listen, feel free to not listen. Again, scout for your faves. Because every single time there's an update, there's probably gonna be a much better sync pair that's gonna come, especially with the 3-year anniversary incoming now. It's still far from the 3-year anniversary, but there's probably gonna be a better and better sync pair. I mean, I did not imagine, did I imagine that the game will actually give Team Triage Tank 9. I expected something higher, like Team Triage Tank 6, 5, but 9? 9 is a completely different story. So, to make an OP support, I can imagine now that, you know, Signesuit Dawn can actually recover everyone's HP by 40% if you have her 5 out of 5, except her own HP. So I will not be shocked if we suddenly have synchro healing 5, 6, or 7 in the game as a master support sync pair comes. I will not be shocked now after seeing Team Triage Tank in action. So, I guess that's it. That's it for this video. Again, this is the time slot of everyone coming out. Let me see if I could react to your polls. I'll probably put an SPL Gum Reacts if you want to leave your videos, scouting videos there. Let me know, or, you know, whatsoever. But thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Again, there is also a gem count video somewhere. You can see my gem count video at the end of the video. There's a link to that if you don't know how many gems we can get yet. But that's about it. This is the end of my scout or skip cosplay Lillie in this video. And if you learned something again, I'll appreciate it if you give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section, as this took quite a lot of effort and my entire day to do. And with that said, I would like to thank my awesome members once again for the awesome support. Thank you for all your generosity for the past several months to a year, and more than a year for some of you. Thank you Shadowphil, thank you Aryan Singh, thank you Alcin Arsen, thank you John9019, thank you Cindy the Cinderace Gamers, thank you Roy Mustango, thank you Luca Midi, thank you Jeremy Popwatt, thank you Sasri Ambrion, thank you Marcella, thank you Lance Nice, thank you Agent 10 Splatoon, and thank you Ewiz. Join them, guys, by clicking on the join button. You can support my channel for as low as $1 a month, or support my channel one time by clicking on the super chat thing and sending me something. I don't know, it's completely up to you. Thank you. Thank you anyway. And with that said, see you tomorrow in my scout video and in my future videos to come. This is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. The artist team's called Grunt. I will see you in the next one. Right.